Have you ever stopped to wonder if everything we thought we knew about the Warriors' future was upended by a move no one saw coming? What if the smiling face of an all-star in Sacramento was actually hiding a plan that could alter the course of a dynasty? Could this be the moment when Golden State decides to flip the script, swapping continuity for a seismic jolt of talent? Warriors News Fan Report. Get ready, because tonight's rumor is nothing short of earth-shattering. Welcome back, Warriors News Fan Report. If you're as intrigued as I am by what could be the most explosive off-season storyline in years, smash that like button, hit subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. Now, let's dive into the rumor that has every Dub Nation heartbeat racing. Domantas Sabonis to the Warriors. Word out of multiple league circles is that a blockbuster three-team trade proposal has officially surfaced, one that would send the versatile double-double machine Domantas Sabonis to Golden State, who would immediately slot him alongside our splashy backcourt. But before we unpack the full impact of adding a 6'11", 260-pound all-star with eyes in the back of his head, let's build some suspense around how this all unfolded. Picture this. Today's headlines on SI.com dropped a bombshell detailing how Sacramento, Atlanta, and Golden State could piece together a deal so lopsided that it makes your head spin. Exactly when did this information leak? Why now? And how did the Warriors brass, known for their meticulous planning, suddenly become front and center in discussions about luring away one of the NBA's most unique big men? Here's what we know so far. According to Jackson Caudell's recent report, the three-team swap would involve Golden State acquiring Sabonis, Sacramento receiving Jonathan Kuminga, and the Hawks netting a much-needed shooter in Buddy Hield. Sabonis, fresh off a season where he averaged roughly 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, a stat line only a true all-star can boast, could immediately transform the Warriors' frontcourt. But hold on. If Golden State already boasts Draymond Green and Kevin Looney patrolling the paint, why would they sacrifice depth to pursue Sabonis? Could this mean that the front office believes championship windows hinge on pairing Steph Curry's unlimited range with a prototypical passing big man? Is it possible that adding Sabonis solves Golden State's biggest weaknesses, namely interior defense, rebounding on the second chance, and a playmaking pivot in the high post? Let's rewind and examine how each team factors into this. For the Kings, moving on from Sabonis, who has been arguably their most reliable veteran since arriving, raises eyebrows. He was the engine that drove Sacramento's offense, orchestrating crisp passes out of the post and dominating the glass. Yet, whispers suggest that the Kings have their eyes set on building around a younger core, and Kuminga, the athletic forward with the tantalizing upside to become a star, could be the missing piece. Jonathan, who notoriously flew off the board in the 2021 draft, has flashed defensive intrigue and a developing three-point stroke, but consistency has eluded him. Could the Kings be betting on Kyron or Davies to take on larger roles while banking on Kuminga's trajectory? It's a gamble that says, trust the future over the present. But Warriors fans can't help but wonder, if Sacramento values youth and roster flexibility, could Golden State find itself in a bidding war to pry Sabonis away before another contender swoops in? Then there are the Hawks. Atlanta's framers of this three-team quilt seem desperate for outside shooting, a weakness laid bare when Trae Young's brilliance wasn't enough to carry the team past a second-round playoff exit. Buddy Hield, a 37% three-point marksman who can light it up in bunches, would fill the void. But the price? Giving up draft capital and other rotation pieces to facilitate the Sabonis-Kuminga exchange. Some insiders believe Hield's arrival could transform Atlanta into a deeper, more dangerous second unit. Yet others question whether his defensive limitations might merely paper over underlying issues. Could this be the first domino in a complete roster overhaul for the Hawks, or is it simply a calculated push for an immediate jolt of spacing? And what does that say about the priorities of a franchise that once wrote a foundation of chemistry? to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, zero in on Golden State. Adding Sabonis would give us not just any center but a modern big who can do it all. Score from the post, command double teams, hit the occasional face-up three, and initiate offense. From the elbow. Remember when Marc Gasol led the Grizzlies' ball movement, or how Nikola Jokic's passing baffled defenses? Sabonis isn't quite at that Hall of Fame level yet, but the parallels are clear. A true point center can shift dynamics in ways no wing can match. Could this move mark a full-circle moment, positioning Curry in a secondary playmaker role when defenses collapse on his dribble and giving Green a deadly rolling target to find on the weak side? Warriors fan forums are already lighting up with imagined lineup combos. Steph sliding off ball to spread the floor, Klay Thompson lurking in the corner ready to let it fly, and Sabonis orchestrating from the block while snagging boards on the defensive end. It gets juicier. Sources around Chase Center have hinted that Steve Kerr is secretly enamored with the idea of a small ball five in crunch time: Steph, Klay, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, and Sabonis. Picture the switchability on defense, the spacing on offense, and the sheer mismatch nightmare it creates. Opposing coaches would face a dilemma: help on the drive and watch a pinpoint pass drop to Sabonis for a dunk, or stay home on the perimeter and risk open threes from one of the Splash Brothers. But that's only if the transitions are seamless. We can't ignore the potential friction. Veteran bigs rarely go from being a team's alpha option to a complementary piece without an adjustment period. Will Sabonis embrace a reduced offensive load? Will Draymond, who ceded point-forward duties to Andrew Wiggins last season, be willing to share the playmaking reins? Could a locker room that thrived on simplicity and ball movement find itself caught chasing numbers? Of course, every major move comes with its drawbacks. Golden State's current championship window is balanced on the health of its core, a core that will be turning 35-plus in the next couple of years. Locking in Sabonis means allocating a hefty salary to a player who will be 29 by the start of next season, and extending cap flexibility further into golden years for Curry and Thompson. Some front office skeptics argue that by the time Sabonis hits his theoretical peak at age 31, the Warriors may no longer be true title contenders. Is that a fear worth accepting in exchange for the immediate advantage of a star-caliber front-court upgrade? Beyond the roof of Chase Center, reactions across the media landscape have been nothing short of sensational. Headline after headline has popped up: Warriors eyeing Sabonis as the missing piece from SF Gate. Golden State's bold play fuels Western Conference frenzy from The Athletic, and countless Twitter pundits weighing in on whether this deal redefines the power hierarchy. Fans tweet, "Sabonis to Warriors is the move of the decade, hands down." Others tweet back, "Give me depth and youth or give me death. Don't mortgage our future." Podcasts devoted entire episodes to dissecting whether Kuminga's upside was worth parting with, or if the Golden State faithful should prepare for a paradigm shift. What of the chemistry on the floor? Imagine the precision of Golden State's passes, now guided by Sabonis's eagle-eyed vision. No longer would Draymond be the sole initiator in the high post. Instead, Golden State would feature two playmakers orchestrating chaos for opposing defenses. Defensive rotations could bend without breaking, as Sabonis brings a new level of rim protection and rebounding prowess, turning defensive stops into instant run opportunities for Curry and company. Could this be the answer to closing out tight playoff games when small margins decide champions? Or will we see an initial dip in offensive fluidity as roles are redistributed and shading tendencies recalibrated? Yet, for all the intrigue, let's not gloss over the timing. Reports indicate that this proposal is still a talking point among front offices. Nothing has been finalized. That means the Warriors could be exploring other paths if this deal falls through, pursuing free agent pivots, doubling down on draft day maneuvers, or trying to sign a buyout candidate for a midseason run. Could Golden State pivot to target a veteran wing instead, or re-sign key role players to ensure continuity. Maybe Kerr and the front office are simply testing the waters, gauging league interest, and using Sabonis as leverage in broader negotiations. So, here we stand at the brink of what could be one of the most consequential decisions in franchise history. Acquiring Domantas Sabonis promises to inject an all-star cerebral presence into a team already brimming with shooting threats. It could accelerate the Warriors' charge back to the top of the Western Conference in ways few teams could match. But it also carries the risk of destabilizing a roster whose identity has always hinged on trust, spacing, and selflessness. A roster that has shown time and again that cohesion often triumphs over pure star power. If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama in purple and gold. Now, let's pick up where we left. Off, Domantas Sabonis officially landing in San Francisco, shaking up every projection for this championship window. Could this mean the Warriors pivot entirely toward a bigger, more versatile front court? Sabonis averaged 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists last season, numbers that would make him the fulcrum of our offense whenever Steph or Klay are off the floor. Imagine him orchestrating from the high post while Curry flares to the wing. His passing vision could unlock open threes at a rate we've never seen. Is it possible that adding Sabonis forces Draymond Green to refine his role? Green's playmaking prowess has been the engine, but now he might shift to pure defensive anchor and on-ball pest. Andrew Wiggins, who averaged 13 points and 4 rebounds last season, could see his minutes adjusted in small ball lineups. Could this be the year we finally see Wiggins flourish as a secondary scorer, with Sabonis drawing double teams inside and creating open lanes for Wiggins to attack? Fans are wondering if Jonathan Kuminga, once a healthy scratch, now feels the pressure to carve out a reliable spot, especially if his anticipated minutes shrink in double-big rotations. Looking at the Western Conference picture, rivals are already circling. In Salt Lake City, Jazz social media lit up with analysts predicting Utah's front-court matchups will be nightmares against Sabonis and Draymond. Over in Phoenix, Suns insider Cavino tweeted, "Suns must recalibrate now. Sabonis is the ultimate X-factor in GS's title calculus." Even the Timberwolves, fresh off their unexpected playoff push, face a steeper climb knowing they'll likely match up inside with one of the league's most physical rebounders. Could this trade tip the scales so drastically that every contender must rethink small ball strategies? Off the court, the Bay Area buzz is deafening. Magic Johnson chimed. In on Twitter, big splash for Golden State, Sabonis transforms everything. Former Warrior Harrison Barnes posted on Instagram stories, "Domas brings that Euroflare and grit. Love to see how Kerr uses him." Local fan pages trended a hashtag-free Hawk Sabonis era, while radio hosts on KNBR debated whether Kevon Looney's steady rebounding would be enough to earn him a rotation spot alongside Sabonis and Draymond in crunch time. From a statistical standpoint, Golden State's second-chance points soared last season, but Sabonis could push those numbers even higher. If Warriors lead the league in offensive rebounding rate, imagine adding a 12-rebound-per-game machine, snatching boards, then threading the needle with a no-look pass back out. Could we see Curry drop under 80 touches per game, trusting Sabonis to initiate half-court sets? Some insiders believe Sabonis' ability to stretch the floor makes him the ideal facilitator for Kerr's motion offense. As the season heats up, what do you believe will define Golden State's destiny? A return to small ball supremacy or embracing a new era built around a powerful front-court duo? Personally, as a die-hard Warriors supporter, I believe Sabonis' arrival is the catalyst we've needed to reclaim the Western Conference throne, even if it means recalibrating long-held roles. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.